Hello, everybody. It's 2:52 p.m. Central Time on the 29th of June, 2026, Monday here in the States, 4th of July week here in the States. Hope everybody's doing well. Just getting on to show everybody, we've got some significant activity that hit here in the United States that's somewhat rare. And I want to show you where the location is and what's at the epicenter, because this really matters. Let me get a display capture turned on here so you can see Earthquake 3D ever so slightly better. We're going to zoom in on the rare 3.5 earthquake that struck south central Illinois right at the Indiana border. And if you were paying attention to areas that I had warned this week, you know that I issued a warning for a mid-range 3 to strike in Illinois, and I said it would be rare. Well, here it is. 3.5 has struck. It only gets hit maybe a couple times a year. We're on the north side of the New Madrid seismic zone and on the south side or southwest side of the Wabash Valley seismic zone overall. But there's something here at the location. Hold on to your hats because we're going to go look it up and go show you what's in Illinois. Right on the edge of the New Madrid seismic zone and right on the edge of the Wabash Valley where the two meet. Here is the earthquake epicenter, and right here, 2 miles away, is this. A series of tanks, pumps, jacks, and pipeline. You go down the road, and we have 2 jacks here. This is for oil and gas. To do the fracking operations in these locations, wastewater disposal. And there's several frack wells around here, so it's not just one. Here's another one right there. Tanks, pumps, jacks, and pipelines that connect from point to point to point. There's another one down here. We're on the edge of a pretty large pumping operation for Illinois, at least. It's rare. They don't have much pumping going on here in Illinois at all. And so you can see where we have our cluster of drill points, and that's where our earthquakes are striking. Now, let me show you the Wabash Valley seismic zone, because it looks like a letter U here almost. Goes up to the north like this, and it comes back down and connects into the north side of the New Madrid seismic zone, which comes out of Arkansas, goes up into Missouri, and comes back down to the south down here into Mississippi and Alabama. And then the Mississippi River Valley kind of interferes with the view on that, but the mountains around it are pretty obvious. Again, the shape of it's like a lowercase n for the New Madrid seismic zone. Then the Wabash Valley comes off and goes up this way. Now, I don't think it's wise to drill on either of them, but they've drilled the heck out of the area right on the west side. All of this is drilled over in Arkansas for oil and gas, tens of thousands of times all the way across the area. It's enough that, again, if you guys know about the drill points in Arkansas, I don't want to get into that now. But up here, it's more rare. We don't have many oil pumping operations north of this location. So there it is. The pumping operation got hit with the expected earthquake that I was looking for in the expected time. But check this out. Take a look at the screen. So I issued a forecast for this. It's super rare. Only happens a few times a year. I made a post over on X. Check this out. Look at this. Right here. So check it out. As expected, earthquake, according to the earthquake forecast, a super rare 3.5 earthquake struck Illinois, 2 miles from the noteworthy fracking operation. And then what do we get down below? We got a whole bunch of people attacking me. Look, it's just a comment after comment after comment. There's a few people that are being supportive, but it's just like out of nowhere, all of these people show up suddenly denying that there's a fracking operation there and accusing me of lying even. They even say I'm lying, that there's no pumping operation there at all, telling me I don't know about the New Madrid seismic zone. A huge amount of fit throwing over a single 3.5 earthquake. Again, I've issued forecast for 7.0 earthquakes and greater around the world. The 7.0 earthquake hits. I make a post on it. Crickets. Nobody cares. But here it is, a 3.5 in Illinois, and boy, it's a bunch of hand-wringing, fit-throwing, random accounts that I've never seen before showing up on my page to deny any connection to the fracking operation there. So what we know this as in the world of online broadcasting is this is a shill attack by a hired promotion company, or you might call it trolls, that there's troll farms that you can hire to go out and run cover for you. Media firms are another one that they call them. And they literally have people and bots, but mainly people that manage bots, that go out and attack people who start to notice these kind of things. And they come over and do a full-blown attack on a channel like mine who doesn't get any traffic at all. You notice something weird, they come over on the attack. And it's a disproportionate amount of hate on a post where I just said, they even telling me I'm down here that what did they say? They said, like, I've got a narcissist or something. They call me a narcissist in this, just from this post. As expected, according to the earthquake forecast. I mean, I issued the warning for it. It hit at the spot. The drill points are there. But denying it's the weird part. So I just made a post, and it's got a little foul words in there, but I said, you guys should have left me alone. Attacking my post earlier this morning on the fracking drill points in Illinois was the worst thing you could have done. You just made it so much worse for yourselves. I'm talking to the oil companies and the people they hired. It was just a post on X reaching a few thousand people, and that's the truth. Now it's going to be a video that reaches 1,000 times more than that, and then, bow! That's what I dropped back to him, because it's worth it, guys. There's people that are denying science to try and hide things that are just basic things, coming on the attack to my channel. Meanwhile, I go over to other earthquake channels, and they're not getting attacked, but guess what they're not showing you? They're not showing you the drill points at the location. So there's your update on the rare earthquake there in the Midwest. Now, at the same time that's going on, we have 5.5 level activity out on the Juan de Fuca. Not so rare, but it does not happen that often. It's maybe once every few months we're getting activity out there off the Pacific Northwest. So this is a sign of an increase coming in. You can check Alaska off the list. Hawaii just erupted a day ago. We have multiple deep earthquakes in the West Pacific. Multiple deep sixes have struck. Deep 6.1 over here at Afghanistan. Deep 5.9 over here, I'll call it a deep 6, over here at Indonesia. Raised high off the planet there. And we have spreads of noteworthy earthquakes going out all the way across. Look at this stepping stone path of fives coming out of the West Pacific, going up into Alaska and back down into the U.S. It's just Captain Obvious level of what side of the Pacific is going into overdrive and what side is not right now. The back and forth that should be taking place here in the next few days should be significant. Really should. Now, if you're not aware, this past week, we're going through it on large earthquakes. We had 2 large 7s here at Venezuela. Something like 20,000 people still unaccounted for. That went down from 50,000, so that's a good deal. But still, that many people missing or killed. And then on the opposite side of the planet, deep earthquakes taking place, letting us know that something pretty serious is getting ready to happen. Whenever you get multiple deep earthquakes down below something, you can expect up above it, towards the surface, shallower breaks that are bigger. And when you get multiple big, deep events down below an area, 10,000 miles across from Afghanistan all the way over here to Fiji, and in between there's a deep 6 as well, right here, well, that means the whole area from Afghanistan to Fiji is shifting down below the plate. And then up above the plate, towards the surface, you get your big breaks that happen in between. So we are in earthquake go time. It is also June 29th, the end of June, the start of July. And longtime viewers know this. I've told you this for years. There's 3 times a year where we're going through earthquake season, if you want to call it that. And that's winter solstice, summer solstice, and spring equinox. As the earth tilts one way or the sun and moon tilt one way. Depends on which way you want to look at it. But whether one tilts or the other, we're getting big earthquakes during those times of year. Okay, so let's wrap it up. Noteworthy earthquake struck in Illinois. Nothing really huge. It's a 3.5. Only a real seismic geek would even pay attention to this information. Now, we issued a warning for this just because of what was going across the plate this past week. So the reason I issued the warning for Illinois was because the New Madrid seismic zone had previously swarmed, and we saw activity go up to the northeast, up to Quebec, and we had a whole bunch of activity over to the west. Thus, in between, we should have been seeing a break, and the break just happened next to the drill points as expected. But what I wasn't really expecting was to be publicly attacked and shamed over and over again over on X. So somebody's running cover for this. Who cares about a 3.5 in Illinois at all? Who cares? Like, nobody. So the only people who are going to care are people who are invested or paid to care. Like that. People are going to freak out on you and call you names and go off on you and do a public attack with a bunch of accounts. That's super shady. And that lets you know they're still trying to hide the drill point earthquake connection. Now, when I started in 2011, professionals and everybody alike said there was no relation between any drill points and earthquakes at all. And then 5.0 earthquakes and swarms started striking Arkansas, Colorado, southern Oklahoma, Texas, and they had to reassess. Cliff Froelich, the top professional in the industry, said fracking earthquakes were extremely rare and minor, according to Cliff Froelich on TV when he was covering for the Texas Railroad Commission, who covers the oil wells down in Texas. They manage them, the Railroad Commission, and he said they were extremely rare and minor. And then 5.0s and greater caused damage across 3 different states. And Cliff Froelich changed his tune and wrote a whole new book on how wastewater disposal wells do lead to large earthquakes. That's a change from where he was on TV back in 2011 and 2012, saying that they were extremely rare and minor. Meanwhile, I've stuck to my guns the whole time, which is we're getting noteworthy earthquakes next to drill points. We can't just associate them with a fault when you have a bunch of different faults that could be hit around an area, and then we're seeking out the drill points as a spot to get hit. Well, the drill points are a weak point in the plate, just like a Mother Nature punch point for a volcano, for instance, going down kilometers or coming up kilometers out of the plate, up to the surface. Humans drill down, same thing, creates a weak point for where the seismic wave comes out and releases. So I wanted to make a separate video just on this, show you guys the public attack I come under for reporting and showing you this stuff, and then call out all the other geophysics researchers on YouTube and online for deliberately not looking up the earthquakes and hiding that they're at drill points and so forth. Why hide it, guys? Why not just show your viewers? Is it that you don't want to get in deep shit like I get in when I show it? Do you want to keep monetized and not get attacked by the industry? Do you want to be a yes man shill puppet for the company? Well, then you can just hide the earthquakes at the drill points. Otherwise, you're going to have to show it. Same for the power plants. Same for all of these spots, the VLF locations, the transmitters, the antennas. You're going to have to start showing that stuff if you want to be a legit researcher. Otherwise, if you want to be part of their shill club, you can probably get a fat paycheck and just be a bullshitter and lie and hide it, like them. So we're back to it. Again, I'm getting beat up online at a time where I'm bringing you the truth. And notice, no one responded to any of those people that are saying anything horrible to me. As a matter of fact, there's a bunch of likes on those comments going off on me. Not one comment back from my viewers defending me. Just me defending myself on my own. That's over on X. So I'm just telling you right now, I'm one of the more beat up people online. I have to show you for you to understand that I get attacked even for small earthquakes when I get it right. Oh, and I get attacked when I get it wrong too. So I get attacked when I get it right, and I get attacked when I get it wrong. You know why? Everybody said, all the professionals, that earthquakes could never be forecast. And when I tried to show them, they tried to have me arrested and my channels shut down. So they're not interested in trying to find out about earthquake forecasting. They want the general public to be ignorant and afraid and scared and constantly be coming to the government sources to get the most recent update. So you have to keep coming back to the government and the people that are providing it for you. They don't want you to know ahead of time when an earthquake's going to come. They want a good majority of the population to suffer. That's what it is. Otherwise, they would have embraced earthquake forecasting. Now, I'm not trying to get into a big tirade here or anything, but when I get publicly attacked for showing you guys something as small as a 3.5 earthquake and showing you that there's a drill point 2 miles away, that or less even, they might be doing something there right now drill-wise, and then to not have anybody back me up, man, I'll tell you what. But I don't blame my viewers for not coming over to defend me, I suppose. But I see all the other video makers, their viewers defend them, right? Like you go over to one of these big channels and you attack the guy. Hey, you get your ass handed to you back by the commenters. Well, on my channel, I get publicly attacked and everybody just sits back and watches and laughs, I guess. I don't know. Is it too much to ask my viewers to come defend me so I don't have to sit there and defend myself? Like, I don't know. Anyway, don't tell me to ignore it, man. It's every other freaking comment, guys. So you can't tell me to ignore something when I go to my post and it's almost every other comment ripping on me for saying and showing, not just saying, for showing that there's a drill point 2 miles away from the earthquake epicenter. That's weird to me. But if I don't make you aware of it, how are you going to know? What are you guys going to do? Sit there and monitor my page and see if I'm getting attacked? That's a little much to ask for anybody. So there it is. The shills are back. The oil companies are paying for cover. There's a coordinated campaign to deny a relation between drill points and earthquakes, especially in Illinois. Well, I'd like to invite all those people who just did all that to me and caused so much problem to go outside and play a nice game of hide and go yourselves. And much love to all my real viewers. Peace out, guys.